What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, there's big news out of the Charlotte area. Shout out Charlotte, you know what I'm saying, regarding the Allisha Watts case. Now, I've been covering the Allisha Watts case like a lot of you guys that know that came to this channel from that case. I've got countless videos on the situation. And I went to the funeral, spoke at the funeral, met with some of the friends and family, awesome people. And you see, I have some of the memorabilia, well, not memorabilia, but, you know, I brought stuff back that was given to me both by the family and by people at the funeral procession pertaining to Allisha Watts. Now, her boyfriend, James Dunmore, or ex-boyfriend at the time, is currently still locked up, and he goes to court next Monday. Now, her autopsy report has came out today, and it's been released, and it's surprising. Without further ado, I'm going to take you to the small video, sample video, and then I'm going to read you this article I thought was very interesting. Take a look at this. We'll be back.
Breaking update on the murder of a North Carolina woman who was last seen alive in Charlotte. A coroner has now ruled the cause of Allisha Watts' death as undetermined. Her family reported her missing last July. She lived in Southern Pines but was last seen alive in Charlotte while visiting her boyfriend. Watts' remains were later found at a Montgomery County farm, skeletonized with several bones missing. Officials identified her remains through dental records. A new report details how Watts' severely decomposed body made it hard to determine how she died. Her boyfriend, James Dunmore, is charged with first-degree murder. He is expected in a Montgomery County courtroom next Monday. All
right, guys, I'm going to read this article by WSOC TV 9 out there in Charlotte, and it's talking about some more particulars about this autopsy report, and I found some news to be interesting in here. Check it out. It says, officials unable to determine how Allisha Watts died, autopsy report shows. And it says the autopsy report of Allisha Watts was released on Wednesday, and it shows officials cannot determine how she died. July 23rd, 2023. It says July 2023 was the last time 39-year-old Allisha Watts was seen in Charlotte. The Moore County woman was leaving the Charlotte home of her ex-boyfriend, James Dunmore, to head to a comedy show. After she disappeared, Dunmore was found later in her Mercedes SUV unconscious. He was parked in an Anson County Department of Motor Vehicles parking lot. Watts' disappearance sparked a search that lasted until August 24th, 2023, when her body was found in a forest in Candor, a town in Montgomery County. Dunmore was charged with first-degree murder. In the newly released autopsy report, investigators reveal they identified Allisha Watts' body through a dental exam. When she was found, her body was decomposed into mostly skeletal remains. Her remains also appeared to have been disturbed by insects and other animals. Authorities said her remains weighed just 38 pounds, and she no longer had any recognizable organs. They were also able to save the clothing she was wearing as evidence. The autopsy report said officials could not identify any injuries, signs of trauma, or any other natural disease that had happened before her death. Given the scene findings, autopsy findings, and toxicology findings, as well as the impossibility of ruling out other competing causes of death because of skeletonization, the cause and manner of death in this case are best left as undetermined, the report says. Detectives were able to track Dunmore and Watts' cell phone signals on July 18, 2023, to the location where the body was found. Since the murder charge was filed against Dunmore, his attorneys are demanding, and I want you guys to pay attention to this, demanding to see more case evidence. They were prepared to ask the judge for Dunmore's $1 million bond to be lowered if they don't get crucial pieces of information and evidence from the prosecution. That evidence included the autopsy report. Guys, that was huge news, and it was also devastating. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, I did a video in January about this case where the defense attorneys demanded more evidence in the Allisha Watts case. You guys remember that? Guys that been me for a while? In that, the last time he was in court, the attorneys said, hey, where's the evidence? James Dunmore, my client, who's locked up right now, why is he being held here? They go in front of the hearing of the judge. The prosecution, they said they was waiting for a whole bunch of stuff. Autopsy report. You know what I mean? Like they said, it was still no cause of death, no autopsy, still waiting on key pieces of evidence from the prosecutors. With that being said, I want to break this down to y'all. And this is messed up to even say, because I really wrapped myself up in this case. I know the people that, whose lives and family members was touched by the presence of Allisha Watts. But I got to be honest, just speaking fairly. I said this before. The judge gave him 45 days. Now he go to court next week, which be past the 45 days. It's a good chance that he may be released. Monday's court case coming up, his court date will be crucial. And this would be the most important thing in finding out what's going on. Because if you really break it down, because I had wrote down some stuff here, because I forget stuff. Let me break some stuff down to you. The autopsy, the reason why the autopsy was huge. When I said they mentioned two things, they said no autopsy, no cause of death, and they had no, they were trying to get him out of there. The judge was like, okay, well, you got 45 days to come up with this stuff. They didn't. Listen, the defense, this is what makes this sad, y'all. The defense is going to say, no cause of death unknown. Lincoln date, so you can't link him to the death, James Dunmore. So the murder charge, must be downgraded or dropped. So that takes the murder thing off, because that's what he was charged with, murder. You got to take it off. You haven't had any type of adequate proof that, he did this. On the prosecution side, they relied on the autopsy, the findings to convict him. Inconclusive. They may have to drop the charges. DA might have to drop the charges because of circumstantial evidence. Yeah, he was in a car, but you can't say he killed her. That's why the justice system sometimes is corny. It's corny. All roads point to him. You left with this girl to a comedy club in her car. You was driving her in the passenger seat. She don't come back. You got a car. You unconscious in a DMV parking lot, and you don't know nothing and you ain't talking. Make that make sense. See, you get cases like this where, you got seasoned criminals. All they do is sit back and keep their mouth closed. You did it, James. Prove it. Mr. DA. See, these people have been through the process before. Prove it. You was in a car. Yeah. But prove I killed her. They know the game. Playing the system. It's messed up. Totally messed up. Because from what I heard about Allisha Watts, man, and what they talked about, she was doing the right thing. She was up here and trying to bring a broken man with her. And this was the consequence. And it's sad. I was at the funeral to see all those people hurt. There were people in there that, were old and elderly, and like they have to watch somebody younger than them that they've seen in their childhood go to an early grave or be in a casket before them. I mean, the feeling and then the mood in there was just different. Something I've never experienced before. A lot of people was crushed at her loss. And you got one person, everybody know did it, about to get out. And I hope it doesn't happen. But I mean, for the sake of the folks out there, this guy's ex-wife went and got in front of the court and said things about this man, his abusive nature and everything. If this man is released, man, a lot of people will be on alert. This is a scary scenario for a lot of people out there. And an unsolved mystery that ain't no mystery at all. Monday's court date will be crucial. And it will be telling. Hopefully it won't be messed up. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Justice for Allisha Watts. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.